I think the third quarter killed us, but me personally, I think I got to do better on defense. I think, I got to step up on that side of the floor, is play better defense, honestly.
Yeah, Jamie, what made Texas tough today?
I don't even know. I think we got in our own head. I don't think they did anything special for us to, like, they did the same play all game. So I really couldn't tell you.
Was this kind of a gut check time?
Yes. Yes.
Jamie, what do you think clicked for you offensively in the fourth quarter? That's when you really started taking over.
I got out and got a lot of layups. I think maybe like 8 points off layups or something, or 6. I don't know. But I just feel like once I get myself going and I get the soft touch, like I'm there. It's easy for me to shoot the ball. And I also think like getting steals and my confidence went up once I knew that I started to play better and I got my second win.
Sarah, y'all were down 14, I think, at one point in the third quarter. Y'all got it down to 4 in the fourth. Jamie hit the three-pointer. Did you think at that point it's rolling, that this is kind of y'all's game? I think it was 56-52 at that point.
I think it was two things that I think hurt us. I think the way we went into halftime, I think we went in with a foul, and that was 2 points where we could have been up by 2, tied the game by 1, whatever. And then I think going into the fourth quarter, we let them hit a 3. So I think, kind of took the momentum from us because going into the fourth quarter, we had it. Jamie had just hit that 3. So I think, those are 2 momentum snatchers that we can't afford to happen.
What was kind of the message in the locker room after?
How do we grow? Learning lesson. But at the end of the day, we got to fight. We got to be better on both ends of the floor. But it starts with our defense. We're a team where when our defense is clicking, our offense is easy. We know we can score the ball, but we got to be able to fight through adversity. We got to know that when we're down by 4, like, it's okay to be down by 4. Like, we got to come together and be a team. It's about coming through adversity.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Quarter, what do you feel like kind of pushed Texas out front there at the end?
They made big plays. They made big stops. They got offensive rebounds in key moments. We missed some easy ones. We waited too long to wake up, honestly. Like, I thought we guarded really hard in the first half. And I know a lot of times, like, it's so funny because people always ask, like, what did you say at halftime to make your team come out and play, however, and there's no magic at halftime, Usually it's here's what we did well. We got to keep doing it. Here's what we didn't do well. So I'll tell you what I told them at halftime. I told the guards, like, we got to stop being afraid of their hedge, and we got to attack it. We got in the bonus, and we settled for jump shots instead of getting to the foul line. Texas is 355 in the country in fouls, okay? If you will attack them, they will foul you because the numbers say they will. And we waited too long. We waited too long to play aggressively, and we just came out flat. We came out flat in the third quarter, and then, you get down 9 or 10, and you're clawing back, and then they hit a big shot. I mean, even the shot that Gonzalez hit to go into the fourth quarter was a huge momentum swing. We'd made a shot at one end, and she hits the 3, and but we made some, even in the first half, and I know it was 1 point. Right, but to me, I value possession, and when we're at the end of a quarter, and I've had my tip-off club people ask me why you dribble around and take the last shot because you usually miss it, and not us, in general. Like, he's asking this general question, and I explained to him that 100 times out of 100 times, the right decision is to take the last shot because you've got best case, worst case situations. Right? If we take the last shot there, we go into the locker room down 1, right? That's worst case scenario if we take the last shot. Best case scenario, we are tied because we get fouled and make a free throw, at least 1 free throw. We're up 1, or we're up 2 if we hit a 3. And so we ran up the screen way too early. So then we hit the roller, And then we step on the baseline, and now there's 4 seconds to go instead of 2 or 1 seconds, and that's the difference between Rory getting all the way and drawing a foul to end the half. Just no different than that play where you give up a 3 at the buzzer in a momentum situation. Now, we weren't in the same situation. There was a 6-second shot clock difference there. And, in fact, they were slow to react on that basket to get it in. So it was a big play by her. But, you know, we knew that their posts were going to be physical around the rim, that it was going to be all we could do to battle with them on the boards and try to stay even. But we got hurt because our guards didn't rebound, because their guards rebounded and our guards didn't rebound. And, you know, that's what hurt us. You know, we didn't get extra possessions from our guards, and they got extra possessions from their guards, and they made big plays on some of those extra possessions. I mean, you look at, I don't like looking at 20 turnovers. It's really painful. But when you look at it, we outscored on points off turnovers, so that wasn't the difference in the game. You know, it was pretty similar in second chance points, and quite frankly, they usually beat teams because of second chance points and points off turnovers. So that right there wasn't the difference in the game. In fact, in those two categories, we're +4. But they made big shots. Gonzalez hit big shots. We played staggers wrong. We weren't ready to support on staggers. We lost assignments, and, you know, they just made a lot of shots. You know, I thought Gaston was really good for them. You know, and I thought our guards needed to be more aggressive.
Coach, you have about 5 days until your next game. What are some goals for this week and just things you want to focus on as a team?
You know, we got to execute better. Obviously, we'll work on rebounding. You know, I think some of bye week is about recruiting. We're all going out recruiting because now we have 2 days off. So for us, there is no break for coaches, because when you get a break, you go work. You go work out of town, and you get on flights at 5 a.m. to get back, so you're back for practice. So, you know, I think certain kids need to get in the gym and make shots. That's part of it. You know, we got to have balance. I think Jaden is better than she played. She can be a big catalyst for us. I thought she was tentative early. I thought she missed a lot of people in transition to begin the game. Just kind of afraid to throw it down court, because we knew it was something we could get some easy ones in transition on them, because they bring everybody up. They really don't send anybody back. So, you know, there were certain things. Just, I think we've got to find a way to get her more confident, because we're going to have a hard time without having good balance, being successful. And, you know, you look at Texas's balance, and 5 players in double figures, you know, and we had 2. So, you know, I just think, you know, we've got to be better in all areas. But it starts with rebounding. It starts with pace. It starts with execution. We got to execute better at both ends. I called a play in a timeout. Took us 3 times to run it. And the 3rd time we got a wide open shot. We missed it. But, you know, if we're going to break off a play, we need to break it off because we're going to go shoot a layup. That's why we need to break off a play. Otherwise, you know, we need to execute. And I think one of the things that they did better than us, by far, for 20 seconds, they didn't do a whole lot in a lot of their possessions. Dribble, hold it, and then get everybody in the little set, whether it's a box or whatever, set a little stagger screen, and then they curl off and hit a jumper. Like, they executed the last 10 seconds of the shot clock really, really well. Really, really well. And their strength is actually in the first 8 seconds, typically, of the shot clock. 30% of their offense comes in the first 8 seconds. So it's easy to get lulled if there's an area we got to be better at, because, quite frankly, Oklahoma State did the same thing to us. Dribble, set a high ball screen. Dribble, set a stagger or ghost or something. And I'm not suggesting that's not good offense, because it's been super effective against us twice now. But we have to be better finishing possessions. Because if we're be dialed in on that first, if they ran at 8 seconds into the shot clock, we got to be just as dialed in the last 8 seconds and take it away and make them play to whatever. Because if you guard whatever action that is well, now all you got to do is finish the possession. You know, now they're in scramble mode because they don't have a lot of time to go do anything else. So, you know, we have to do a way better job.
One player who was really tough for y'all was Caitlin. I mean, obviously you know what she brings on a daily basis. She just seemed like she was a magnet for charges today.
Yeah, I mean, she drew 8 fouls, you know. That's a lot. That's a lot. And she's got to have help from her teammates, though, you know. I mean, there are times, Caitlin does the best job on our team of boxing out, but there are times when she's guarding someone 5, 6 inches taller than her, and she's pushing back to the best of her ability, and I'm not suggesting it's over the back. It probably is sometimes, but it doesn't get called. And so it's not over the back if it's not something that's going to get called. But that's where our guards have to tip on the backside. You know, they've got to be more consistently on the glass, and we just didn't do it. You know, and you know, Bugs and Bella didn't defensive rebound enough tonight either. You know, Bella played 22 minutes all in the post and got 1 defensive rebound, and she's someone that's physically capable of doing it. You know, Bugs gets shoved around a lot. She uses her length, but she can get shoved under the rim. Bella's strong, really, really strong, and capable of going up and getting the ball. So we've just got to pursue the ball better across the board from our guards to our forwards.
Sarah said that, you know, I think now is like, hey, we got to fight. Do you think that they showed fight today?
Not enough. We had moments, but when you make a shot, you got to get a stop, and that's fight. When you get them to miss a shot, you got to come up with a defensive rebound. That's fight. When you get out hustled to the ball, when you're making a run, you can't do that. You know, you just can't. And so, I think there's a different level of toughness that we have to have. And it shouldn't take the other team going on a 8-0 or 10-0 run to open a half. It should be when they go on a 4-0 run. It's like, this is it, right here, right now. And I probably, hindsight's always 20/20. But when they started on a 4-0 run, I should have called timeout. You know? And reset us mentally. Because we made some scouting report mistakes that just should not have been made. You know, I think sometimes we think we're tired. But Shaylee played 36 minutes. Rory played 36 minutes. Gasson played 32 minutes. It's not as if they didn't play. You look at box scores in our league, you're going to have multiple teams that play multiple players 40 minutes in a game. So you can be I don't think these guys at their age and the tapering that we do in practice and the recovery and the massages and all the things, you know, we ironically did jump testing, and almost everyone on our team set a personal record in the vertical jump this week. So if we're tired, we can't jump that high, you know? So it's kind of a mind over matter thing. We're not that physically tired. You just get mentally tired in a long season, and we can't allow that to happen. We got to challenge each other when we're out there, that when we give up a basket or give up an offensive rebound, they got to challenge each other to not let it happen again. And, you know, I mean, this is a game that we came back against that team down double figures last year. It wasn't like we were incapable of doing it. You know, we made some shots, got in transition, did some good things, but then we wouldn't guard at the other end. And so we gave up 28 points in the third quarter. We gave up 24 in the first half. We weren't dialed in, and we have to be better.
You keep big compare Gaston to Melissa. Do you see that in her? Is she just a tough matchup maybe for you at that spot?
Say she has that capability.
That kid, yeah, he almost said it's not fair to her, but
Wow. She's a good player. I thought last year she, at times, would take possessions off, and I don't think she's doing that this year. I really I think she has really, really good touch around the rim. I think she's a capable rebounder, but she's a good player.
Nikki, to have, I know you didn't coach her, but Dee Dee back courtside, just what presence, what positive energy did that bring today?
We could have used Dee Dee. She's a really good rebounding guard, really good rebounding guard. I think it's good to have players back. I think it's good to create an environment where they want to come back, where, it's amazing how when you think about she's only been gone from here for 18 months, there's only 3 people on this team that she played with. So, we've got a lot of girls that know who she is, but certainly don't know her. And I think there's aspirations. I think Dee Dee's been an unbelievable ambassador for Baylor. She's got such great energy, and it's done a ton of marketing for the WNBA, which is really cool to see because there were years in the W where the people that kind of got all the marketing stuff were the same players you saw every year, and I'm not saying that you don't promote your superstars, but I think, I think the W's doing a really good job of, kind of cross-promoting, tying the W to college. We just don't have enough. I've been in that league, and women's basketball is a grassroots sport, and there hasn't been enough of linking the two. Like, you are starting to see programs use their social media platform to keep them in the fans' eye and things like that, but we need women's basketball fans to be women's basketball fans, to be high school fans, to be AAU fans, to be college fans, to be WNBA fans. We need our fans to follow our players when they leave here. We've got to continue to grow the game in so many ways. It'll be easier for our players to get NIL deals if women's basketball is consistently being talked about at every level, that it doesn't disappear in the summer. And so I think what the league's doing and them bringing Dee Dee back and kind of doing a takeover of sorts is really good for the women's game and, big picture wise. And said I could have used her rebounding today.